Hello and welcome to Ryno's Orioles Report. I've had to go back and double check the scores from these last 5 games. And there's a win, there's a win, that's a win, that's a win. They really just win 5 straight games? Alright, I guess I'm just so shocked. Wow. How's that even possible for this team? And I'm so used to them being bad. Kramer pitched Tuesday night, pitched really well. 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts, no earned runs. Bradish went the next day. 6 innings. They give up 5 hits and a walk. 6 strikeouts. No earned runs. Tyler Wells pitched first game against the Chicago White Sox. 7 innings. 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. No runs. Sensing a theme yet? Yeah. Gibson gave up a run. Just 1. In 6 1/3 innings. 11? What? And then to top it all off, maybe the worst performance of last week. Grayson Rodriguez, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, no earned runs. And that was the worst outing by a starting pitcher last week. Wow. I didn't see that one coming at all. But, yeah, it happened. It's odd. All right, let's go back to the first game against the Nationals. 1-run game. Pitcher's duel for the most part. Nobody was generating a lot of offense. Just fairly surprising. But if your pitching is carrying you, how do you say this guy's name? Mr. Cano. Yadier Cano, if I'm... let's click on him and try to... okay, I don't know where it took me. I wanted to click on the dude. Yanier. If I'm pronouncing that right. Who did they trade? They traded something. Did he come over in the Lopez trade, I think? If I remember correctly, and I'm not saying I do. It was a little shaky last year, but start this season off, he's locking it down, which is surprising. I mean, you can see here, bullpen comes in and pitches 2 1/3. Nothing. Not a whole lot of strikeouts, which is a little concerning, especially for Batista. But no runs. This is the next game against the Nationals. A little more uptick in the strikeout totals from the bullpen. But as you can see, 3 innings from the bullpen, no earned runs. 5 strikeouts combined, though. 2 by Baker, who's been pitching great this season. Perez is still shaky. He's a lefty, so he's gonna get ample opportunity. Cano again. So here it is. Perez started the 8th inning. A little shaky, and Cano to the rescue. And then Bauman finished the game off. Wasn't a safe situation because the Orioles got 4 runs in this. 3 runs somewhat early, and then an additional what do we call it? Insurance run in the ninth. Frazier hit another home run. He's got 2 for the season. Mountcastle has been struggling a little bit. Seems like first base, a little bit of struggling over the past week. Now, it's like, digging out balls that have been thrown into the dirt, but normally you hope your first baseman can dig those out. At least the good ones really can. But again, if you're not scoring that many runs, that's only one side of it. You're not fielding too well, but that's only one side of the game. If your pitching is great, and one thing, at least in this clubhouse, that we don't like, it's not what I'm trying to say, that we hear a lot, especially from the pitchers themselves, is pitching is contagious. So there's like big competition in the rotation or really in the pitching staff in general, to continue the good performances by the other pitchers. So you like to see that. First game against Chicago. Wells was great. Baker came in the 8th. 2 strikeouts. This was one of my concerns at the beginning of the year. Batista. Because I think he's a little young. Really only has a big fastball and a splitter to go off of that. So hitters are going to get that fastball timed. It's going to be harder because, it's 100 miles an hour, but still you can do it. Now, he did give up the 1 run, but the Orioles did get another run in the 9th. So, at least it's, pitching doing their job, and then, the bullpen kind of gave it up, but then the offense came back and picked them up. You do like to see that. At least if you don't have every aspect of the team firing on all cylinders, tons of runs, tons of shutout innings by your pitching staff. It is hard to do that, but it is nice to see, they're going to give up hits and they're going to give up runs, but the offense not taking that to heart and getting a run back. I like to see that stuff. Saturday's game. Got a big double from Arias. 3 RBIs. Is noteworthy that he got this early because later in the game didn't like a strike call, which is also a theme for this year. Not sure what's going on with the strike calls by these umpires, but however, I didn't think he did anything egregious. But at the same time, it's not like they're all mic'd up at home plate and we can hear exactly what he's saying. Kind of tosses his helmet aside, tosses the bat in the same direction, gloves, like leaving it in a pile for the bat boy or the equipment boy or whoever to come get it, take it back, and his friend, your buddy brings your glove out to you because, you're already on the field, you got to go play defense. It happens all the time. But apparently, he threw it too hard and got an equipment violation and was thrown out of the game. I mean, this is the second time in how many weeks where, in my opinion, ridiculous ejections. Holy shit. Really? Nobody, what? Look, if he chucked his helmet into the stands and snapped his bat, that's one thing. But if he just kind of flicks it towards the dugout, what the problem is? You throw somebody out of the game for that? Yeah, bullshit. Stupid umpire trying to make the game all about him because he on a pout trip. Either that or, they're trying to put the fix in because everybody's betting on the Orioles to lose and that's what they want because all this gambling in baseball now. I just don't get how he got thrown out of that game. That's just stupid. You can't have that shit. That's all right. Luckily, Brandon Hyde didn't get thrown out of the game. 2. When he did the last time. All right, last game against. Oh, did I say Chicago before? Oh my God. I'm so terrible. Chicago was last week. Get my weeks all confused. The Tigers, Detroit Tigers came into Baltimore. Oh my God. Yeah, because I was just going to mention Miguel Cabrera's last game at Camden Yards. Yeah, he plays for Chicago. No, he's never played for the Chicago White Sox. For whatever reason, this has become tradition now and yes, he's a surefire Hall of Famer as far as I'm concerned, the way he's hit. When these surefire Hall of Famers come and announce their retirement, and they call it his going away tour or whatever dumb thing, it's like become customary for teams to give him a present for his last game at the stadium. Okay. However, gave him a brick from the warehouse. That was cool. It's weird. It's nice and everything. It's just it's weird. They didn't even play. I get he's an old man. He signed that huge contract 10 years ago. He's like 43 years old, but at the same time, come on now. Can, the guy play in that game? If you're going to make a big to-do and a big fancy ceremony, can that not be a game that he plays in? However, it's not a huge deal, but this game, it went pretty quick, but then you got to the last 3 innings really because tied it up against the Detroit Tigers. However, Grayson Rodriguez pitched in this one. Wasn't great, giving up the 5 hits and the 3 walks. The 3 walks are a little concerning. But at the same time, he didn't give up the runs. He was able to get control and get the outs. Bullpen then had to cover. Turned out to be had to cover 5 innings because went 10 innings. Bauman pitched good. Baker pitched good. It's this guy again. Cionel Perez. I feel like he was pitching well last season, and all of a sudden this season, it's... I don't know what's going on. It's tough to say. It's possible he is tipping pitches because he seems to be getting hit harder than the rest of the bullpen. Now, yes, some of the other members of the bullpen have given up runs, but it seems like he's the most likely guy to give up a run now, which is odd. 12 total strikeouts in the game. Grayson with 6. Why do I keep saying Grayson, not Rodriguez? I call everybody else by their last name, however. Bauman with a strikeout. Baker with a strikeout. Voth with a strikeout. Batista got 2 strikeouts, so, he rebounded a bit. So at least he kept the game tied. So Orioles tied. They gave up one of the Tigers in the 8th, and they got the run back. Tied it up. Couldn't score. Aiken came in, even with the ghost man runner, or whatever they actually call it. Because it's not a ghost man. It's an actual person out there. It's not like we're saying, oh, there's just a guy out there. I just have to be at bat, so I can't be at bat. And that's what ghost man is. I thought I had a term for it last year, and I completely forgot. Just call it a runner. I don't know. However. I don't remember. Where's the game? Because I'm pretty sure this is a score play. Because it was kind of a wonky scoring. Here we go. Scoring. Doesn't exactly tell you what the NC Santander double. That was Santander doubling a run. Didn't tell you anything here. If I remember correctly, our little extra batter. Does it say how many? Because I'm pretty sure he was moved up. Wait, it should tell me right here. Yeah, see, Adam Frazier went in to run. Or I guess Arias was a guy to be placed out there at second. Frazier pinch ran for him. Then Taron Vavra pinch hit for McCann. Vavra sacrificed Frazier over to third. And Mateo didn't even have to do nothing. He just standing there. They're playing games with the runners on the base pass, and the pitcher spikes the ball. Why am I talking about that? Well, it kind of goes along with what I was saying earlier about one aspect of your team picking up the other. And this is, I guess, another baseball cliche. Oh, and I lost it. Oh my God. Finding ways to win. Maybe it's a sports cliche. You didn't have your best game. You kind of eat your way into the tie, and you just kept pecking and kept pecking and kept pecking at him. And you found a way to get the runner over and get the runner in. Thirsty today. But that does give us an indication of team growing and becoming better. They're winning the close games. They're finding ways to win. An offense is picking up the pitching staff. A pitching staff is picking up the offense. It really does look like this team is turning a corner. Yes, they have a few pitchers that aren't doing as well as we think they should have. A couple hitters off to a slow start. But especially this last week, it looks like they've turned another corner. Because I thought, they turned a corner going, from, let's say, the back end of last year to, the first few games of this year. It looked like they turned a corner. Now it looks like they're turning another corner. These past few years, they haven't been able to win games like this. Your offense is not scoring. The team gets one run. Doesn't usually look like it'll go the Orioles' way, at least for the past few years. Picked up an RBI double. Then you picked up, you did a bunt and then a wild pitch. So, while I do have my things about Mike Glass that I don't really like, I think Stowers should be up here. I think it's weird that Taron Valver, supposed your super utility man, is getting a lot of playing time, which I think is kind of odd. And I gotta get to wrapping this up because the game's on right now. I'm half distracted watching a game. All right. Does seem like they're turning the corner. Let's look at the schedule. Where are we at? See right here. Boston in for the Boston Red Sox. Make sure I get the team right. Boston Red Sox coming into Camden Yards, or I guess, they're already here. Oh, look at that. Detroit Tigers again. Going to play in Detroit. 4-game series. So, full schedule of games this week. Wonky schedule. 2 games off last week. No games off this week. However, days off, I guess. Not games off. Days off. Got Sale pitching tonight. I'm watching Chris Sale, who hasn't looked that great this year. All right. What's going on? We got any kind of news that we need to talk about? Can't remember who's injured or not. Oh, but on the other hand, like I said, Urias was in there. Who got hit in the head last week, I guess it was. Week before last. Whatever it was. Really good news. Definitely dodged a bullet there. He doesn't seem to be feeling any side effects from that. I'm kind of curious as there's an update on Gibbons or John Means. Doesn't appear to be. I mean, turn the sound off. No sound. Okay. Wait. No, that was Tate. Oh, was there an update on Tate? Where's the... That's right. That was the other one. I mean, I only clicked on this because that is Dylan Tate right there. So, he's another one that's been injured. Just not seeing any updates. So I don't know why threw me off putting his picture there. It's not my fault. Okay. I'm not seeing any updates on the injury, so something we're going to have to look at. Gibbons, Tate, Means. Hopefully they're coming back this year sometime. All right. Wrapping it up now. Time for me to go. Comment below. What did you think about the last week of Orioles baseball? It's pretty exciting. Be sure to like and subscribe. I am the Angry Ryno, and this is Birdland.